Remember that saying, like you can judge how far away a lightning strike is based on how long it is till you hear the thunder? What is it, like if it's 6 seconds or 7 seconds, it's a mile away? Well, I just saw a blast and I go 1,000, bam! So I like to officially say on tape, if I die on this ride, I leave all my wheels to Marty because he doesn't have enough of them. Okay, this is a freaking mess officially. Things that are the same to last week's EX20S range test. Wrist guards, helmet, sunglasses. Things that are different from last week's EX20S range test. Elbow guards, knee, shin protection. And of course the biggest difference, the wheel that I will be testing, the KingSong S22. Hey, what's up, Duff here. Just wanted to give a quick intro here. Like I said, I'm heading out on my KingSong KS22. I'm also doing my initial ride with this new Nobleman protective gear. I got forearm/elbow protection and knee/shin protection. This was sent to me by Nobleman for me to test it out, and so far so good. I talked about it a little bit earlier. It's carbon fiber gear, looks cool. I posted this picture on Instagram. It kind of looks like you're a superhero when you're wearing this stuff. Very lightweight, straps on, similar to Liat gear, identical to Liat gear really. And yeah, we're gonna see how that feels as well after doing a range test. Heading out to Ave Maria, hoping to stay dry. I looked at dark skies and it looked like I should be okay until about 3 o'clock. It's a little after 1 now, so usually a ride out to Ave Maria and back is 2 hours, so I could be pushing it, but we might get a little bit of a rain test as well, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so those of you that saw my initial video on the KS22, I only did a very, very brief ride to the close Dunkin' Donuts. That was only a distance of between 6 and 7 miles. It was just long enough that I could unlock the top speed on the wheel. It was speed limited. Now I have everything set to 70 kilometers an hour, although I don't expect to be going that fast. One thing I noticed is looking down at the speedometer is it's further back from my line of view, so I have to kind of really crane my neck and kind of do this to see my speed. Not the most convenient thing, although the display is very big and easy to see, but its position is not ideal. But I'll get over that. Yeah, these skies look like shit. That looks like shit. That looks like rain. Now that's, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be making a left up here after a couple miles, so hopefully I can avoid that, but there's a solid chance that this could be also a rain test as well, which there was no rain involved with my test on the EX20S last week. Other things I've done to the wheel since you've seen it last, I did put the top pads on here. I'm not quite sure that I like them or I need them, but I do have them on. I mean, visually it looks better with them on, but I don't know that I'm gonna keep them on. We'll see. One other change, the tire, I put some pressure in the tire. When I did my initial ride, I just took it out of the box and went, but the tire pressure was like 15. So the tire pressure was very low. Now I pumped it up to 25 and we'll see how that feels. This Nobleman gear does look sweet, doesn't it? Really some good looking stuff. I'll have a discount code that you can use if you're interested in checking this stuff out yourself. And there's someone beeping at me. Hello. Just realized I forgot to start Darkness Bot, so I just did start it. I don't have my GPS with. So we're going to be doing app, but just for reference sake. I want to try to keep a more realistic speed on this as well, 25 plus. So that's what? Low 40s in kilometers per hour, something like that. We'll figure it out. So you might remember when I was riding the EX20S last week, I said that, how I had to adjust to it again. It took a while until I felt more comfortable on it, and I said that the KingSong S22 immediately felt more comfortable to me than I felt on the EX20S. Right this moment, I do not feel comfortable on the S22, and I'm not sure if it's the tire pressure or the pads that are affecting me. I think it's the pads, to be quite honest with you. So I might just be stopping to take the pads off and stuff them in my pocket. That's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, because these add, I don't know, over an inch of width. Okay, so now I have my side pads stuffed in my side pockets. And yeah, I like it better without them. Don't ask me what it is about the geometry of my legs, but I definitely like it better without them. It feels better to me. All right, less than 5 miles into the ride and it is raining. Nothing horrible, but it is raining, so it could be a sign of things to come. Oh, another thing is similar to last week. It's hot again. Yeah, imagine that, it's hot. It's so weird that it feels so much better to me without those top pads on. But it's a significant difference as far as my my feel on the wheel. Now, of course, am I recommending everyone takes their pads off? No. I'm in the minority when it comes to my opinion on pads on most wheels, but for me, yeah, pad-free is the way to be. So one disadvantage to not having the pads on is, from a safety perspective, you know, those pads are what give a little bit of side protection to the battery box. So with no pads on there, you're removing that protection, even though I do have that little boomerang thing on the front, although I don't know how much that would actually do for me. So that is a trade-off. But for me, it's a trade-off I'm willing to make. Cruising between 25 and 30, upper 20s right now. Feels pretty good. Feels way better without those pads on. Nobleman gear looks pretty sweet, right? I think it does. Wheels feeling comfortable at speed. Yeah, high 20s I've been going, and it feels like similar to last week that I might be going into a little bit of a headwind this direction. So on the way back, maybe we'll be carrying 30s. Who knows? We'll see. And in case you're wondering, yes, I've seen the number of issues that some people have been having with their KingSong KS22s. There's been a lot of system board swap outs, board failures, some weird issues with some motors. I've heard reports of like the motor cover not being firmly attached, the bearings not being fully seated, some grinding metal inside the motor. All not good things. You know, evidently there was some QC issues that slipped by, so knock on wood that so far mine seems fine. Haven't heard any odd noises, seems smooth. The suspension is quiet. It's gonna be interesting to see how the suspension feels. I'm gonna do, you know, the cobblestones here in Ave Maria, and I'll be able to do a pretty decent comparison of how it felt versus the EX20S, since it was only a week ago. I am curious, because my overall feeling is the EX20S suspension definitely does feel a little bit softer. But my KS22, I haven't touched anything with the suspension. I haven't adjusted the geometry of the arms. I have a lower tension spring that I could put on there. I haven't even touched the dampening. So I haven't done anything to it. So this will be like my baseline comparison. How it feels without doing anything, and then I can start adding some changes in if I feel the need to. Okay, we are entering the dreaded entrance of Ave Maria that on non-suspension wheels makes me cringe in pain. Let's see how this feels compared to EX20S. Okay, kind of like what I thought. You know, nothing was painful, but it was not as soft going through that section as the EX20S. Definitively a difference for sure. And I'm not 100% sure I want to even put that 500-pound spring on. I don't know. Marty put a 550-pound spring on his S22, and his feedback was he felt a minor difference. It wasn't like night and day putting that lower spring on, but he has not changed the linkage geometry. So if anything, that might be the first thing that I try. I've heard that if you move it all the way down, that's a little too soft for some people, but I don't know. I kind of like softness. What can I say? And this isn't news to anyone. The reports of the S22 suspension not being as soft as what's on the Begode counterparts, the Master, the EX20S, and the T4. It's been widely reported. That being said, you know, if you're doing real aggressive riding, big drops, that kind of stuff, the S22 suspension is able to handle that better than the Begode counterparts. So yeah, pick your poison. But for me, since I'm like a 95% hard surface rider, I'll take some more give. And I was just curious. I was curious what the shock was set at. It was already set at the softest setting, the softest compression setting. So yeah, I'm not gonna get it any softer by adjusting that further. One other difference from last week, I didn't pack my my little satchel with water, so we're doing a yoo-hoo. Hi.
It's a much unicycle, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
These are so cool.
They are. And I've had them for, I think this is my 6th year.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. They have a week-long ride. It's electric unicycles, and they ride up in the mountains in California for a week. So I might be doing that. Should be cool. Yeah, but check out my channel.
I definitely will.
All right, bud.
Have a great day.
All right. Yep. Take it easy. New recruit for the EUC Army. I'm having some deja vu. I wonder why. Only had that brief period of rain. Have not gotten dropped on since, thank goodness. Here she is. We're getting past a little later in the day. Last week I did this in the morning. Now I'm doing it in the early afternoon. So there's not as many golf carts at the church. So since I took the pads off, it definitely. Ah, good. I think my pavilion is available. No one's in my pavilion today. I should put a sign up that says Dust Pavilion. It's my pavilion. All right, let's see the damages. See how we're doing here. Okay. Wheel temperature. Super cool. Wow, I thought the EX20S ran cool. It says the temperature of this wheel, and keep in mind it's in the 90s outside. It says the wheel temperature is 96.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Less than 100 degrees. Wow. Wow. The EX20S was like running 110 to 115, and I thought that was cool. This is almost 20 degrees cooler. Wow. Wow. No fan. That's impressive. Wow. Max speed 30.7. So I did cross the 30 mile an hour mark. Total mileage, it says 27.3, added about 2 miles to that. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, that's total wheel, that's total distance, I forget that. Single mileage, 16.3, if I added close to 2 miles, because I started this late, closer to 18 miles so far. And it says the battery is at 70%, so yeah. What my plan is I'm gonna ride back, and much like the EX20S, once I get back, I am going to just be putting on miles around my house until I get down to about the 10% mark. And then that will give me a more accurate test. And again, I'm gonna try to keep my speed 25 miles an hour unless the wheel doesn't let me. You know, I'm not sure. Well, I know that the KingSong firmware is not gonna be as forgiving as the Begode firmware, so we'll see how that works out. But okay. No time to rest. Let's continue. For those of you that are curious, I keep referring to dropping the linkage. I was surprised that a lot of people weren't aware of this. Like Chris Clark wasn't aware of this, Marty wasn't aware of this, and I actually found out about it from watching Wrong Way's video a while ago. When I say dropping the linkage, right here is where you can drop these. You'd have to take these 3 bolts out, drop it down to either here or to here, and as you do that, it reduces the compression on the suspension system. So that might be the easiest thing to try if you're having issues with the firmness of the suspension. Be warned that I have heard some people say that getting these out was not easy. Some people said, again, depending on how much Loctite they used, some people said it's not a problem, some people said it's a pain in the ass, and I've heard of some people that actually have stripped those screws. So you are forewarned that there could be some complications. Last week this thing was empty. This week it's full and it's overflowing. I guess someone forgot to turn off the valve. Wow. All right, let's take another picture. Yes, I know it doesn't look as pretty without the pads on, but oh well. Of course, another direct comparison we can do is see how it feels going down these steps, like I did last week.
Extreme!
Handled it fine. Again, the EX20S felt a little cushier, but the EX20S also felt a little harder to control going down those steps. So, yeah. S22 ate those up, no problem. We are now playing the let's see if we can outrun the rain game. It's one of my all-time favorites. So another one of the early knocks on the KS22 was the range. A lot of people were not getting great range. I heard from multiple people that since the latest firmware patches, both on the logic board and the BMS, that people have been getting significantly more range. For me, you know, to go between 17 and 18 miles and be, I think when I turned the camera off, it had rebounded to 72% battery. That's pretty damn good out of a 2200 watt-hour pack, don't you think? So it'll be interesting to see what kind of number I get overall. Do the Cobblestone torture test. Here we go. Good, it's good. EX20S is better in that regard though. EX20S was less impactful over that same section of roadway. Up ahead I see a wall of gray, and after living in Florida for 22 years, I know what that wall of gray means. It means we are going to be getting wet. So if that gets you excited, be excited, because it's coming. I'm approaching the section where I hit that big rock last week, unexpectedly. So I am paying much closer attention to the roadway because I do not want to repeat that performance. And there is a lot of junk in the bike lane here, a whole bunch. I can feel the air temperature dropping significantly as we are approaching the falling rain. At least that part feels good. KingSong S22 wet road condition test begin. There's a lot of sloshing going on right now. Things are very sloshy. Quick foot report. My feet are kind of hurting a little bit. They're hurting a little bit earlier than they did on the EX20S. And now we are entering the active rain area. Okay, just got through that first section of rain, and ahead there's a even darker wall of rain. I'm not sure if I'll reach that or not, probably. I can hardly wait. I was sweaty, so. I've always had this weird, I don't know, I like it, but it's weird. You know, like when you have these extremely black clouds that you're approaching. Because I've seen it in Florida more than anywhere else. It's like you're entering the gates of hell, basically. And yeah, you wonder what it's like once you get inside. I'm still cruising right around 30 miles an hour. So performance-wise, the KS22 has been doing really well. Just had a blast of lightning to the side there and thunder. Yeah, there's a lot of it. Oh, wow. All right. So I'd like to officially say on tape, if I die on this ride, I leave all my wheels to Marty because he doesn't have enough of them. Remember that saying, like you can judge how far away a lightning strike is based on how long it is till you hear the thunder? What is it, like if it's 6 seconds or 7 seconds, it's a mile away? Well, I just saw a blast and I go 1,000, bam! Scared the hell out of me. Did I mention I do dumb things sometimes? Here you go. Another dumb thing. Just add it to the list. It's a lovely day for a ride. Lovely. I am now getting blasted by a very strong headwind as I get closer to the business part of this storm. Slowing down my speed appropriately. I'm hoping to get to the, like if I can make it to the park, I can just park under a pavilion there. Just kind of wait it out a little bit. At least that's the plan right now. I don't normally take this shortcut here on the range test, but I'm trying to just kind of cut the corner there of those the storm clouds. See if we can avoid them, get to the park, and then just chill out and reassess there. Back on Immokalee Road, those clouds up ahead, they don't look quite as scary, so that's good. So maybe I'll go up that direction some more and then just ride around. But I'm gonna go to the park first and ride around there, collect my bearings, check my numbers, and we'll go from there. There goes the police. Splash test. Funny, I was just here a couple hours ago with Elsa actually. Went and got my morning coffee and we stopped here and did a lap around the outside for Elsa. And of course she was nervous as always, but it's good for her. All right, there's an empty pavilion, so let's take a load off because my feet hurt. There are just tons of sirens off in the distance there. Or something took a lightning strike, that's my guess. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Where are we at? Okay. Sorry, distracted. Darkness spot. Okay. How can this be? How can this wheel run this cool? It was, you know, the air temperature is cooler now. It says the wheel temperature is 84.2 degrees. Wow. What? How can that be? Top speed, okay, we got up to 33.6. We've been feeling a little bit more confident, so we're going a little bit faster. Battery, 42%. And it says that we've gone somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 miles. So that's not too shabby. So it's okay, it's starting to rain here again. So I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. And yeah, wait till that stuff goes away. Or slows down or gets off in the distance, because I don't know. I'm just not feeling in the mood to get struck by lightning today. It's for the Nobleman gear. Let's see, is this my leg that doesn't have all the varicose veins? Yeah, it is. Okay, there you go. Rain's finally slowed down, so we're gonna resume. I'm gonna put some laps in here, put some laps in across the street. See if we can burn up some battery. See what kind of numbers we come up with. Well, it started to rain again as I came around the corner here at the park, and you can still hear it thundering. But I don't know, wheels already wet, so I think I'm just gonna go ride. If it rains hard, whatever. it's a good water test, right? So, and I got, let's see, I have 40% battery, so to get that, I have to burn through another 30% battery. So it's gonna take some time. I don't have all day, so I'm gonna get busy. Okay, this is a freaking mess officially. I'm going back to the house. Well, I'm gonna let this blow over and then resume without charging, of course. So yeah, it's raining hard now. I'm soaked, the wheel's soaked, my camera gear is soaked. So we're gonna go seek shelter. This is lovely. This is lovely. That was I remember getting stuck in rain similar to that on the V11. Oh man, I'm wet, I'm cold, I'm grumpy. What a combination. So I'm gonna let this blow over. I'm not gonna charge a wheel. I'm just gonna sit out here in the garage and hopefully, you know, resume this, you know, in a couple hours. We'll see what happens. So I'll be back. Just wanted to show you what I do normally if I get stuck in the rain. That I do get caught in it once in a while with where I live. I will spin the wheel out several times. You saw how much, well, maybe you couldn't see, but a whole shitload of water came off there. Let's do it one more time here. Or do I have to reset it to do this? Oh, that's right. I can't lose my darkness bot data. Shit. How do I get it to reset? Because I'm gonna have to turn the damn thing off to get it to reset the data. Maybe. Shit. Okay, one more spin out. All right, a spin out, and then I take my the wall blower and just blow that whole area out. Both sides, of course. Oh, Jesus. Use great care. Let's resume the fun later. All right, guys. Well, this rain is not ending, and it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to continue the range test. I don't know, possibly tomorrow. We'll see. And pick up a set for yourself. You know, like I said, this is called the TQ1 fiber series, carbon fiber series, but they have all kinds of different safety gear related products on their site, helmets, all kinds of stuff. So check it out. So yeah, if you guys found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing, and feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. And the range test will continue sometime. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.